The War Within update 19.2. Well, this is kind of a meh update. This is one of those, it's an update, but it should have been a hotfix, but there's just enough to call it an update because there is new mods in this. The first major thing, and this is only really being mentioned, it's part of the Prime Accessories pack, so not a lot of people are affected by this, but apparently I'm trying to remember the Scyther Prime Operator suit. It's still in the picture here. There's a symbol on there that made some of the players unsettled, so they've changed it. It's still based on the original suit, but now looks more like this. This is the original intent of the design was driven to complement Tenno Origins, so it looks more like the moon. On that, the actual moon, which is by far my favourite planet to just hover around, because most of my time is spent here these days, because I haven't hidden the fact, Stoffler, probably the best place to farm experience. But now, this is available inside of this, so you can now do sorties on Stoffler. It just means that it's now available, so it can pop up. It hasn't, this one was already active, but I'm kind of looking forward to facing level 100 enemies on here. I'm really hoping for some kind of defense sortie on the Stoffler map. That would be interesting considering it drops 3 times. Well, technically it drops twice, but there's 3 levels. There are 6 new melee mods, starting with the first one here. I don't have it, so it's not unlocked. Condition Overload, plus 60% melee damage for each status type affecting the target. And this is obviously obtainable, as you can see at the bottom there, from the Drekor Butcher. That's Uranus. There is, I don't know why it did that, Dispatch Overdrive, which is on melee channel kill, plus 60% to movement speed for 15 seconds. These are all melee mods. And this one is dropped by the Corrupt Butcher, so head to the Void for that one. And then there is Enduring Affliction. Yes, actually that is what it says. I had to question that one. This is dropped from the Guardsman, and this one is plus 150% status. Plus 150% status duration on hit. That could be useful for elemental based melee weapons. And this is the one that drops it. I had to look this one up, I wasn't sure who he was. I do believe that it used to be Ceres. I don't know where they moved that to offhand, but Enduring Affliction. Guarding Derision? First, after reading this, I thought it was Guarding Diversion. I had to reread that one. This is dropped from the Prod Crewman, the corpus with the Prova. And that one actually looks interesting to me. Blocking taunts enemies within 15 meters to target you instead of allies. That'll be great for getting enemies away from somebody who's been downed, so other people can get them up. That would have been really useful in today's sortie. That survival was just another one great for status-based weapons dropped by the Crawler. That's the infected. Literally, it's called a Crawler. The name, the description's in the name. But this one is maxed out. All these stats, by the way, are for the maxed out mods. I should have mentioned that one earlier. Plus 11 healed when hitting a target affected by status. So an enemy you've hit with status will give you back 11 health every time you hit them. And if I'm reading this right, Relentless Combination, plus 100% combo chance when the slash status deals damage. Doesn't the combo just kind of happen automatically? You know, as you're hitting them, you build up the combo counter. Hence the confusion on that one. I may have to look into that one a bit more. Dropped from the, again, this is infested, the Ancient Disruptor and the Mutalist Moor. The one that puts the sticky stuff on the floor. There's also 4 new Warframe Augments, Frost, Hydroid, Rhino and Loki. And while looking for which factions actually have them, came across one I've been looking for leisure, and I couldn't find it. Turns out that I could have got that at any time. Same as there's one for Avalanche, Atlas. But the Frost one is actually Icy Avalanche. Avalanche grants allies within the radius a coat of ice that absorbs 60 damage per enemy hit. It gives allies ice shields. It's like turning Frost into Chroma. Well, technically it would be other people into Chroma, because he can have that whole ice shield. If you set his colour to white, that is. Loki's decoy augment here, severe decoy, sounds interesting because if Loki takes fatal damage, the decoy absorbs the damage and swaps location. So does that mean that if you take fatal damage while using Loki and you have a decoy out, it'll automatically switch teleport with you? And it also increases the cast speed of the ability by 50% as well. That's great for defense missions and mobile defense missions, actually. Even some of those awkward interceptions will be really useful with that. Damn it. Kind of makes me want to use Loki more. Kind of almost want to say must have for Hydroid here. When using the Tempest Barrage, because it's an augment for that, each projectile has a 100% chance to inflict corrosive status effect. Yeah. I know that the augments are good and all the rest of it, but I kind of wish there was more weapon ones. And there's nothing like overkilling a Warframe to make them too useful. Rhino's Stomp augment, when Iron Skin health is replenished by 80 for every enemy that's affected by it. Considering I've recently found an insane use for him to basically slow down enemies on very small interception maps, your Iron Skin's going to be practically indestructible. I'm assuming it's 80 health, not 80%, because giving it 80% health back would be overkill. And apart from the fact that they've changed it says you can now skip both mission fly-in cinematics by skipping the first one. I'm assuming this is Arcwing related, considering it says previously there was a problem and you would spawn in with no Arcwing, but that has now been fixed, so the feature is now here to stay. Whether it means this is just for Arcwing or whether it's normal missions where you've basically got one long animation instead of two separate ones, so you gotta skip two. I'm hoping it's the skip two, because sometimes that can be a bit of a pain. There's some tweaking to Conclave removing Mesa's no melee health buff from passive, as well as the weirdest one that I could see, if I'm honest, was Mirage's sleight of hand trap. They've fixed the effects on it. I didn't know there was an effect for that. It makes lockers glow and lasers show up, which inside of Conclave, I didn't know there was lockers in there, so there should be lasers though, because there is laser doors on some of them. But anyway, that's pretty much it. There has been a lot of mods actually added. Don't know which one to go for first though. We'll figure that out later. But we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching. Yes, I am inside of the glass wall in the Tenno Lab, and I'll catch you next time.